What's up, Mike? How's it going? Hey, got it at work. How's your day going, Mike? And let me know if the audio or the music sounds off at all. I can adjust it. Second time streamer, so I'm not going to have anything too fancy, unfortunately. Hey, what's good, puppy? Passed out. It's already bedtime. Perfect. Mike, how's your team looking this week? Do you have anyone playing tonight? Awesome. Thank you, Clinical. What's up, Gilbert? Gotcha. Okay. Let's turn that up a little bit. Man, even though it's just a few of you guys, I'm very glad you guys are all here. I was honestly expecting 0 viewers. Not a big channel, second time streaming, so glad you all are here. Eagles defense tonight. I love it. I have them, I don't know if you watch any of my videos, but I have them as a really, really good stream option for the next, 3 games, football weeks. Next 4 real weeks because they have a bye, but they got the Giants twice and the Cowboys once. So I don't know if it was my video that helped you or you're just big brain and picked it up yourself, but I like the Eagles as a great streamer for the next few weeks. What's up, Brendan? Colts off this week. Who are you watching instead? As many, well, I don't know if anyone actually knows, but I am a Colts fan. You can see my little Colts gear up there. Honestly, probably most of the AFC South games. I'm as good as the Titans are this year. I am looking forward for them to finally lose their first game, but they honestly look really, really scary. And so I'm hoping they take a loss. I think the Texans are going to get obliterated by the Packers. And I mean, Jacksonville is just Jacksonville. But yeah, Gilbert, thank you so much. Yeah, Steelers versus Titans. That's actually, honestly, and like just from pure NFL fan perspective, the Steelers and Titans is going to be a really good game. Exactly. Yep, 5-0 versus 5-0. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win between the Steelers and Titans? I think I have my money on, bias aside, I do think the Steelers look really good. They're really well-rounded, both offense and defense. So, yeah. All right, Josh Miller, what's up, man? Should I start Jonnu Smith coming off an injury against the Steelers or Jared Cook against the Panthers? So, I actually, if Jonnu's good to go, and we don't think he's going to be just used for pitch count, I go Jonnu here. The Titans are going to be, they're going to be scary offensively. They've been scoring, I think, 30 plus for the last few games, so I think he's going to get his share. Jared Cook, I don't love. Honestly, I have a lot of the Saints as sits this week. I actually have Drew Brees as a big sit. I think they're going to have some trouble against the Panthers. The Panthers kind of came out of nowhere this year and just really shocked people. I don't know if they're still tied for first place or not, but they were at least top of that division, and I think they're going to give the Saints a lot of issues. Mike says, do you think David Johnson is still a good RB this week? Okay, so I actually have him as my running back start of the week, believe it or not. I know that's bold, but what I'm trying to provide on my channel is not just the same starts and sit that you're going to see everywhere else. I'm gonna make those bold statements. So I have David Johnson as the start of the week because he's been getting constant volume, right? The volume is there. Once they switched offensive coordinators and coach, their scheme, I think, allowed their offense to flow a lot better. So, and in addition to that, David Johnson is playing the worst ranked fantasy football defense in the league. The Packers rank 32nd, all around. So I think Dave Johnson is a great play. I don't know necessarily that they're gonna take a huge lead up front. There's always a chance, but I can so see him being involved because he gets involved in the passing game, he gets involved in the running game, the volume plus the matchup. I love him this year. this week. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what's going on with MT. I saw that too. He tweaked his hammy again. He got in a fight. What was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? I think there's some drama brewing there. And I feel kind of bad because the Saints have sort of, they've gotten, depending how you want to look at it, kind of screwed by the refs or the system, whatever, the last few years. But I think their contendership window is closing. Drew Brees is not playing as well. I wasn't expecting that. I think he regressed a lot. And, with Michael Thomas, there's a lot going on. But, yeah. I agree, Gilbert. I like I said, I really like David Johnson this week. I think I have him in 2 of my leagues, I want to say, and I'm playing him, wherever I can. He hasn't. I don't think anyone really expected him to be like a really, really good back this year, right? People had their thoughts. Everyone made fun of the Texans when they traded for him and got rid of D-Hop. So, I don't think he's really under anyone's expectations because I don't know that anyone had high expectations for him, but I think he's been a solid RB2, and I think this is the week that he blows up. Mark my words. Looks like we're starting to get a few more people in here. I know there were actually a few people that I was talking to on my videos today. Hopefully they can join, but yeah, if anyone just has any lineup help, wants to talk about trades they're thinking about, how to really bolster your lineup, where the weaknesses, strengths are, or what to look for, or honestly just NFL in general, let me know. I know the first game starts in about half an hour to 45 minutes, so this may be a short stream, but I will be here as long as we have the people and want to chat. So fire away if anyone has any questions. I'm actually going to pull up the schedule this week and see who we all have going on. Oh, for sure. I completely agree with you, Gilbert. Just look at what they've been able to do. Deshaun Jackson's playing better. Will Fuller and both Brandon Cooks are a lot more relevant. So if you're one of the lucky ones to pick them up or just hold on to them, they're going. They can be wide receiver 1 status for the rest of the season, as long as they stay healthy. Both of them have had injury concerns, so I don't know how long they will last. But I really like them, and they've been producing a lot. So I agree. I think anybody besides Bill O'Brien should be able to, not have that team be 1-5, 2-4, whatever it is. All right, Mike, you got offered Hunter Henry and Josh Jacobs for Kittle, huh? What's I don't know if you posted this before, but what's the rest of your team looking like? Kittle's obviously a really hard, sell. He's one of the only elite tight ends in the league, so I'd be a little bit worried. But it really depends on if you feel like you need running back help and what your depth is there. And also, I guess, it doesn't matter that much, but it would be good to know if it's standard, PPR, whatever it is. Exactly, Gilbert. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. RBs are Mixon, Montgomery, J. Robinson, DJ. So honestly, Josh Jacobs, he is a workhorse. I do like him, but I don't know that I like him so much more than the rest of your guys. Mixon, I think he's going to start trending upwards for the rest of the season. Oh, you're 6-0. Okay. Honestly, if you're 6-0, you're sitting pretty. I like your depth right now. I don't know that you necessarily need to actually make a trade and trade away one of your best players. You got to think about the scarcity of what you have left if you do trade away, because you'll get Josh Jacobs for sure, but I don't know that I would put him above anybody else, like very, very clearly as just like a plug and play. And yeah, Gilbert, you're completely right. For Kittle, you should be able to get more. For Kittle, I want a solid running back that I can just say, hey, I don't care what the matchup is. I'm just going to set and forget and not worry about it, and let me worry about the rest of my RB2 and my flex. I don't think that's a good trade for you. Keep Kittle. The guy's going to be going off. 49ers are still a good team, and they don't. I don't really feel like they have a lot of offensive weapons. Deebo Samuels is back, and Ayuk is playing really well, but it's still going to go through their running backs and tight end, and it's honestly, it's Kittle is the centerpiece for that offense receiving wise, so you got to keep him. Let me look up Hunter Henry. I don't think he's. I think he's been playing well, right? But I feel like Herbert might like Mike Williams a little bit better, or even just Keenan Allen. So I don't know how involved Hunter Henry is going to be. Luke, what's up, man? I remember you from earlier. Julio trade rumors. I don't know. So I don't know if anything came up recently. I know his name was being discussed before, especially when they had the whole coaching change. They were talking about maybe just doing a complete fire sale everywhere. So I guess I haven't heard anything recently. If you have more insight, let me know. But I don't know. I think it would be smart for them to potentially do it. I think they kind of need to tear it down a little bit and start over, but they have a lot invested. Right now they have the players. They just need the right coaching and the right personnel to really figure out what's going on. That team is a few bad plays or a few bad coaching decisions away from being 500 or above. So, yeah, Gilbert, I agree with you. He is the best tight end in the league right now. So I would try and keep him. Wide receivers are Ridley, Hopkins, AJ, Keenan Allen. Yeah. Honestly, if you have Hopkins and Kittle and your running back lineup, that's why I know you're 6-0. So don't mess with it if you don't really need to. You want to do it only if you can for sure get a lot better, right? So I would try it. Ridley, Hopkins, AJ Brown, Keenan Allen. That's solid. The problem is you have too many good players right now, so you're not going to be able to play all of them. So figure out which ones you like the best. Out of those, I think I like. Oh, that's a tough call. I want to see what Keenan Allen produces after a few more good games with Justin Herbert, but you're going to be able to really use any of them as a really good trade piece. So keep them for now, and yeah, if you can get a top-tier running back for those, I would do it. Josh, what's up, man? Fulgham, James Robinson, Slayton. Which 2 out of the 3? Full PPR 16. So I'm assuming you're talking about tonight, right? So I'm going to go with James Robinson. And I think I like Darius Slayton a little bit more. Let me just check the matchups to make sure I'm not talking out of my butt. So Jacksonville is playing the Chargers. Giants are playing the Eagles, and the Eagles are playing. Okay, that's right. So the one thing. So I do really like Fulgham, Josh. And he's been getting a lot of targets, and no one's coming back today. Worries me about taking targets away from him, but I'm pretty sure James Bradbury is going to be potentially shadowing him, and he's a solid cornerback. He shut down a lot of wide receivers one, so the volume is there for Fulgham, but I would be very careful because of who's going to be covering him tonight. Luke, also what I do with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, my running backs are Eckler, Jacobs, Justin Jackson. I think you keep him right now. People are worrying a little bit too much about Clyde just being completely irrelevant after the Le'Veon Bell trade. You can see it two ways, right? You can try and trade him before you know what happens, but I personally don't think Le'Veon Bell is going to take over. I think they're going to get creative with how they use him, but I still think Edwards-Helaire is going to be really relevant. And between Eckler and Justin Jackson, that's really one running back. So unless you have some other different lineup roster for your league, I think you need at least 3 running backs on your roster to fill your top 2 running back spots and a flex. So I would probably just stick with him for now. If you can get something really tasty for him, If someone feels like, hey, this is really good, like they regard him as like one of the top backs, go for it. But this is probably the ultimate lowest point of where he's valued because, people think Le'Veon Bell's coming in and he's going to take over. So it's probably not the best time to sell him right now, Luke. Yeah, no problem, Josh. Yeah, so, yeah, exactly, Bradbury. I mean, I think it's going to be a tough matchup. I don't know if he for sure is going to be covering him. And like I said, you can see it two ways, right? He's going to get the volume because there's not a lot of people on the Eagles right now that Wentz can look to. I really like Fulgham, but this might be a tough matchup for him. So, if you do start him, do it at your own discretion. It could definitely go either way. The full PPR part is definitely very, very tempting because, he gets a lot of catches and a lot of targets. Josh, if you're still here, I wonder if you don't mind posting it, I wonder what the rest of your team looks like. Mike, so Ridley, Hopkins are definitely, yep, exactly. Ridley and Hopkins are definitely starters. I completely agree. So for flex, it's really going to depend on the matchup. It's hard to say. Like, I don't think there's one person out there that stands out as like, hey, like, I need to play this and play this person every week and not touch him. So let's see. You also, let me just scroll up a little bit. You also have A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, and Mixon, Montgomery Robinson, and DJ. Yeah, I mean, out of those, I would say your top three running backs are Mixon, Robinson, and DJ probably. I don't know how I feel about Montgomery, and I think he has a bad matchup this week. But on the other hand, A.J. Brown has been going off. I'm very curious to see what happens once Corey Davis comes back. But actually, that could be something to think about. If A.J. Brown has another really good game this week, because I don't know if Corey Davis is playing this week, you might want to sell him high because before when they were both playing, Corey Davis got a lot more looks, and A.J. Brown, I feel like, started getting a lot more production when Corey Davis wasn't there. So that's something to think about. Gilbert's top 5 in terms of broken tackles, and he's making the Chiefs line look better. Exactly, yep, exactly. For sure. And that's why I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right? Like, Le'Veon Bell is still, he's still a very good pick. He's still a very good back. So I don't think he's going to take over that backfield, and I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is, if anything, might get even better. Full PPR, pick 2 of 3 for flex. Oh, I mean, Mike, you've got a stacked team. I don't know how you got all those players, but there you go. Godwin's going to come back. I think he's going to be the better wide receiver to play than Mike Evans, so you're pretty set. So, yeah, I would definitely try and, pick one of those receivers who has a really big game and try and trade it for someone good. Montgomery getting the volume, and you're in Sand Lake leans. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I guess for me, I don't watch the Bears games a lot. Let me look up Montgomery right now and just fact check myself. Yeah, so it's not bad. It looks like the last game he got 19 carries. See, the first 5 games is what scares me. I see 10 carries, 14, 16, 13. I still think they have a bad matchup this week against the Rams. But, yeah, and it looks like he's only broken 12 points in a half PPR once. So that's why I don't love David Montgomery. All right, Josh, let me look at yourself. So pick 2 of 3 for flex. Full PPR, Jonnu Smith, DJ Chark, McKissick. Okay, so it's pretty much Jonnu Smith, Chark, or McKissick. I mean, at that point, I would probably say Chark and McKissick. I really don't know how healthy Jonnu is, and honestly, he might not be back this week where you are forced to play DJ, Chark, and McKissick. I really like Chark because he gets a lot of looks, a lot of looks. Keelan Cole is always also someone that I pointed out last week in my video to pick up if you can. But Chark is still the number 1 receiver there. He's just got to stay healthy and he'll be okay. Otherwise, McKissick I actually have as a sit, but if you need to play him. The only reason I put him as a sit is because this week they're playing the Cowboys, and I think as opposed to their normal game flow, they're not going to be playing back a lot, so they're going to be using Gibson a lot more to get through it. But if they're going to be running the ball a lot, and if they might be up even, McKissic could get very involved and score a touchdown. Luke, Jackson or AJ Brown flex this week? Ooh. Okay, Joe New practiced full today, so that's actually good. Are you talking about Justin Jackson? If that's the case, that's a tough call. I think for me, if I had to choose between the two, I would probably go AJ Brown. Just because if we look at the last Chargers game, I think Justin did well, but I don't know that. So I think he's the better back, and he's going to be the starter over Josh Kelly, Robert Kelly, right? Joshua Kelly. But I don't think we have enough data or enough of a bigger sample size to for sure say, hey, Justin Jackson is the bona fide bell cow for now until Eckler comes back. So I don't think you can go around with AJ Brown. I mean, let's look at Brown's stats from the last. I own him, and I know he's been going off. But let's just take a look at it really quickly. AJ Brown. So I definitely have him somewhere. I don't know why I can't. Is it A.J? Yeah, there we go. So AJ Brown. Yes, 7 reception, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. Last week, 556, 2 touchdowns. So I would go AJ Brown, I would say. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Gilbert. I think, how I interpret that, and I agree with it, it's just that it's because a lot of players are just less relevant in Standard League because you don't have the reception factor to give you the extra points. So I agree with that. But yeah, anyways, Luke, I do think I like AJ Brown. I think he's had 2 really, really good games, and there's really no point in trying to get cute and thinking, hey, he might not be very good this time around. Let me actually look up Justin Jackson while we're at it, since the questions are slowing down a little bit. Justin Jackson. So against New Orleans, he had 15 carries, 71 yards, 9.4 points in half PPR. So, I think he's a solid play. If it were me, though, I probably would just choose AJ Brown because, like I said, he's been performing. There's not really a reason to bench him right now. It looks like Justin Jackson caught some passes as well. So, yeah, I just think there's a lot of other weapons that may get prioritized on that Chargers defense, where he may not be, the number 1 or even number 2 option. All really good questions. I don't know if anyone was able to watch the video today, or I definitely recognize some of the subscribers from day one, which is 2 weeks ago, and some new subscribers. So if anyone has any thoughts on if they liked the format today, like I mentioned in my last stream, I definitely want to try and put out more content every week. So far, I've only done 2 waiver wire pickups, and last night I decided to do a start and sit. So hopefully you guys liked it. But if you haven't watched it, give it a watch when you have a few minutes, and let me know your thoughts. I definitely want to be able to cater to you guys and really just produce the content that you want to see. So if you want to see more of my face, if you want to see less of my face, I won't get offended at all. Gilbert, 100%. So someone actually talked about AB on my last stream. I that was actually the first time I heard of it, and I think that was like 2 or 3 days ago. That's when the news first started coming out, talking about like, hey, AB is going to start playing. So yeah, I agree with you. I think if you have the capacity to pick him up and roster spot, do it because they're saying he might go to the Seahawks, he might go to the Browns. If he goes to the Seahawks, I would love that, and I think it's going to be a little bit better than a Josh Gordon situation because he is also a lot better for a wide receiver. But yeah, grab AB if you can. How about this trade? Give up Kittle and Ridley for Mike Evans, Hunter Henry. Ooh. Okay, so that's really expensive. You're gonna be upgrading at running back, obviously with Dalvin Cook. I still don't know if I would do it. I you're giving up Kittle, who's top of his position, Ridley, who's also top of his position. Yeah, you're getting a little bit more people to fill that spot out, but Mike Evans, he's been a little inconsistent this year, and I don't really love his outlook once Godwin comes back this week. I think his stats when Godwin is in is really it's like a third of the production that he usually does when he's out. So I don't know, Mike. I still think you need to try and get a better running back without giving up Kittle if possible, unless you're getting someone like a Travis Kelce back, which it's going to be tough. You have a lot of good wide receivers and you have some solid running backs, so I would use those to try and trade for a Dalvin Cook or someone else. Gilbert. Which Gonzalez are you talking about versus the Eagles? So we're talking about, the Eagles are playing the Giants this week. Maybe I'm just blanking. Let me see. New York Giants, Gonzalez. Yeah, can you clarify which Gonzalez you're talking about? Because I might just be completely blanking out. Oh, yeah. So to me, you sort of need a good combination of a good offense and maybe like sort of a mediocre offense to be able to have good production in the kicking realm. I think the Eagles are going to bring a lot of pressure up front. Zane Gonzalez is on Arizona, so that's why I was a little confused. Let me see. Arizona Cardinals. Okay. Yep. So let me pull up his stats really quickly, and I will explain that. I was like, Gonzalez on the Giants. I must be... okay. Yeah, so one of the things I looked at this week was, not only the matchup, but also just, overall production this year. So he is currently the number 17 ranked kicker, and that's without a bye. So I think with the Arizona offense, they're going to be good enough to get past the Seahawks. I don't like the Seahawks defense at all, right? So I think they're actually going to be scoring and converting a lot of those drives into actual red zone touchdowns as opposed to kicks. So I think he's going to get the opportunities to do it, and he's going to be able to kick a lot of extra points. But I don't see a lot of actual field goals for him this week. So that's why I don't love it. You want a good offense, but you don't want it to be too good where the only time you're using your kicker is literally just for extra points. So, he's been a pretty good kicker. But just, from what I know from the Cardinals offense and what I've seen, they're not going to give him a lot of opportunities to kick these 40, 50 plus yard field goals where it can really give you a lot of value from a kicker's perspective. Exactly, right? The Cards are good. So it's a little bit different than the Chiefs, right? Because, the Chiefs had a historic offense and they used Butker really well, where he was super relevant for the last few years. Exactly. Hot Rod, that's my guy. I picked him up in every league that I could. I actually, it's rough. In one of my leagues, I have Hot Rod and the Ravens defense, and both of those people I don't want to drop. So it's tough when you have either a kicker or a defense that you don't really want to get rid of, and like those positions are usually the ones that you don't want to hold two of. So it was really tough in one league because I have to keep Hot Rod, keep the Ravens defense, and I picked up AB. So I really screwed the pooch on my bench spots this week with being able to actually have depth and not have to get rid of people that I want to stash. But that's fantasy, right? But yeah, I will say this, and I can find it in writing somewhere that I did say Hot Rod was gonna have every year, and that's the Colts fan bias. But I kind of yep. I know it's rough. It's rough. Yeah, I mean that's fine. At the end of the day, it is just a kicker. He's very consistent and he's good. I don't know if a kicker's gonna make that much of a difference, like every single week, but I mean, man, if you have a good kicker, that's like a running back one. I mean, he scored more than some of my running backs or wide receivers, sometimes even combined. So, Josh, yes. So I put it in the description of my waiver wire video this week because I recorded it before the news came out. But yes, I 100% think you should pick up Tua if you can. A lot of people are going to strap for quarterbacks right now. And from like the two passes I think he did last week, he looked good. But the Miami team is like pretty decent. I think he's going to get a lot. He has opportunity right now to be really, really good. And he might just be like a Justin Herbert type of player where he's, very NFL ready to go and is going to, just kind of be a baller. So yeah, I would, if you have the space for Tua, I would definitely do it. I have, go to my waiver wire video from this week. I talk a lot about some quarterbacks that I really, really love that might still be available. So, yeah, Gilbert, I mean, for sure. Like, I think, kickers, defense, just stream. So there's a statement to that. But as, yeah, what's up, NorCal? Kevin. Yeah, it's killing me too. I don't know if you were here earlier on the stream, but that was tough. I think there's some drama going on in New Orleans. Maybe you hear here first. Maybe there's a bombshell, and I say I will predict that Michael Thomas gets traded before the trade deadline. It's very out there, but hey, clip it, right? Hey, what's up, man? You finally made it. Glad to see you. Aaron Jones for Ridley. Yeah, Kevin, that's... once he's healthy, he's going to be a baller no matter where he is, but there's some drama there. Aaron Jones for Ridley, ooh, that's a tough one. I like Aaron Jones a lot. Honestly, I think you could potentially... thanks, Luke. You could potentially wing that. Like I said, I think I like Ridley the best out of all your receivers. I wonder if you can get him to throw a little bit of something else for Calvin Ridley. I like Aaron Jones a lot, right? And don't get me wrong, man. It's just he's literally asking for everything right now. He's asking. I like Ridley a lot, so I don't know if I would do that. See if you can dangle one of the other receivers, AJ Brown, or even Keenan Allen. What's up, Daniel? I think he's saying, I'm pretty sure he's saying he has Ridley, because we were talking a little bit about how we want to potentially bolster his roster up a little bit and get him an RB1. So unless I'm wrong, I think Aaron Jones is who he's trying to trade for. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Mike. I think. Sorry, I'm trying to read through all this. So I think you should try and dangle another receiver if you can. I want to keep Ridley if I can, but it wouldn't be the worst trade because you would be losing one of the better wide receivers in the league and fantasy wise. But it's also Aaron Jones. All right, Thou. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Okay, so just propose a trade. Carson Claypool for Kelsey Fair. Are you giving Carson and Claypool for Kelsey? Is that any like? Are you getting Kelsey back? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I mean, here I'm gonna while we wait for that. I know there's a little bit of a delay. I'm gonna look at Aaron Jones just to see what's going on here. Um, he's a good running back. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, his worst game came with Tampa Bay, which is understandable because Tampa Bay's defense is really good. Oh yeah, for sure, Kevin. I should be drinking a beer too, but I want to, you know, make sure I'm not giving you guys false information. I feel like once of a beer, I'm just gonna be telling you guys to, drop all your players for Andrew Luck, Antonio Brown, Luke Kuechly, even if you're not playing in an IDP league. I don't know if you guys want that. Yep. Oh yeah, King Henry, CH, Brown, Gibson. That's not bad. I like Kelsey a lot. He's one of the. We'll do a beer stream soon. Maybe this weekend actually. If we'll see maybe tomorrow night or Saturday night. If people are interested, I would love to do a beer stream. I will have to figure out if what the YouTube policy is. Like I said, I have done this twice so far. So I guess I don't want to get banned. I don't know if I will, but no, I would love to just do a beer stream and just talk fantasy before one of these Sunday games. So yeah, maybe we'll do late night Saturday night or late night tomorrow night. I guess let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll do a goal. We'll do a fun thing if we hit for 100 subscribers for sure. We're gonna do a fun event, and I'm hoping to stream maybe 2 times, 3 times a week. So yeah, we'll have some fun stuff planned out. And sorry, I need to get So going back to your play, I think yeah, exactly. Solid Titans are hard to come by. Elite Titans are really hard to come by. You have your Kittle, you have your Kelsey, who I think are top tier. But yeah, I mean, I would maybe take that trade if you're good. You seem very good at running backs right now, and I'm hoping you're pretty good at wide receivers. I think when we talked earlier, you said you were. So yeah, I like that. Oh, Gilbert, yep. Oh, for sure. We're gonna have to do drink for drink though. If I'm gonna drink, you guys have to drink with me. Kevin, how many leagues do I play in? Okay, so right now, this year I actually cut it down a little bit. I'm in 3 leagues. I'm in 1 league with college friends. It's 12-person half PPR. I'm in a work league. It's also 12-person half PPR, and then I'm in like sort of a family friends league. That's 12-person standard. I started off standard when I started playing like 6-7 years ago, but quickly realized half PPR is kind of the way to do it. I've never actually tried full PPR, so I would be pretty interested in trying that. Maybe, hey, again, we'll see where we are next year, right? Maybe we'll do a subscriber league. I know, Gilbert, right? We'll see. I'm actually very excited for that. So, Clinical gets gold stars or whatever. I don't know what kind of virtual currency I can award him. But yeah, he gets gold stars for bringing that up. And I'm pretty sure someone else actually started that. So you'll get gold stars today. But yeah, I'm very excited I do want to try a full PPR league. I kind of want to try an IDP league. I think I did that maybe once, sort of very casually when I first started, and I had no idea what I was doing. Mert, what's up, man? What time is it in Turkey right now? Let's see, Turkey time. Isn't it super late for you guys? 3:20 a.m. What are you doing up this late? Or this early, I guess. I don't know. Started with standard and my crew switch to full. Oh yeah, Kevin. What? I guess. What do you? How do you like full PPR versus standard? I feel like that's a good switch. I mean, that's a big switch. I needed to take baby steps and go from standard to half PPR first, but yeah, I like I said, I want to try full PPR sometime. Hopefully that's not too distracting for you guys right now. The little clickly clicks. But yeah, it would be fun. I think, in an ideal world, even if it's just like a small community, if it's a community at all, that would be really fun to, do like a little subscriber league or something. I started a couple years ago. Let's see, 1 second. Yeah, I don't love standard anymore. I just like the fact that half PPR and PPR gives you a lot more options and makes a lot more players relevant. So yeah, I agree. Luke says I started a couple years doing full PPR and now I'm half. Okay, Luke, what do you prefer? Do you prefer full PPR or half PPR? I honestly don't know if it's a huge difference. I can see a bigger difference between standard versus any sort of PPR leagues, but yeah, Kevin, I agree. I'm not a fan of standard anymore. Josh, so my favorite team, if you can look above right here, this way, Colts. I actually never lived in Indianapolis, and I have no ties to Indianapolis, but growing up, my favorite player was Peyton Manning, so I kind of just stuck with him. Obviously got spoiled with the Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck era, so it's a very weird feeling for me right now to not have a quarterback. I think Rivers will turn it up a little bit, but it's strange as a fan that our defense is like pretty solid and we're all solid around. Our special teams is great, but offense is a little bit lacking, so that's a little rough for sure. All right, let's see. Sal, should we start looking at Brown's third back? I don't think so. I haven't really seen much from him while Chubb was out, and I'm pretty sure Chubb is coming back soon, right? Let's look up Chubb injury update. I'm pretty sure he should be coming off of IR pretty soon, so I really don't think he's going to be that relevant. You can stash him if anything, but I don't really love him that much. Oh, for sure, Kevin, definitely. I love that. I mean, you're at the end of the day, fantasy is all about luck, and you don't actually know what's going to happen. Injuries can happen here. Someone else could just turn it up. But yeah, I think it's good if we just try and bring some sort of analytics to it and figure out what's the best way to optimize what we're trying to do. And a lot of it isn't always just about the best players. It's about matchups. It's about, like we mentioned earlier, your record and how you're doing things. So I completely agree there. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Huh. I guess if for anyone else in the chat, if you've done both full PPR and half PPR, please let me know. I'm kind of curious what people prefer, because maybe I'll propose it to my college group next year to try full PPR. I'm always down for something. There were some wacky, I guess not wacky, that's not fair to say, but there were some, I guess, more out there suggestions for the league this year, like super flex, two quarterbacks, stuff like that. So, yeah. Mert. Man, I hope you're not actually homeless. If you are, I appreciate that you are watching the stream. And I guess what I'll say is, if you truly are, then stick with me, and hopefully I can try and do something to help you out in the future. But man, this is amazing right now. 16 whole viewers. I expected 2, and one of that was my mod that I make come every single time. So I definitely this is awesome. I'll we'll keep on going if people want, but I know the Thursday night game is starting soon, so I know people might want to switch to that relatively soon. So let's leave it up for another 5 minutes and see if we have any more questions or discussions that people want to talk about. If I'm not streaming and you do have questions, I don't think there's a way to DM me on YouTube, but honestly, just keep on, just make comments on my latest videos. Yeah, Gilbert, right? My entire, I gotta make my make an account for my dog, and make an account for my for my cat as well. So we'll we gotta gain those extra 2 followers, even though they're not human. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, Luke, thank you so much for coming. Keep me updated with how things go. Let me know how your team is, and yeah, let's talk soon. I'll be streaming again next week. PPR is fun. It definitely helps since RB. Exactly, yeah, and that's the thing is, I like getting more players involved if possible. But I guess there's always a fine line between, hey, do you actually, do you want to make everyone relevant, or do you want to still keep some balance of competitiveness so that you can have, there's some strategy to the waiver wire, essentially. Kevin, I was trying to tell this guy in my league that a stud on the bench should absolutely be traded if your team, for instance, one of the guys has... Yeah. Oh, exactly. For sure. Oh, yeah, the game is on. I have it up. I agree. And that's the thing, right? It's that ownership bias where you think your players are going to be valued a lot better or a lot more than everyone else. And I drafted in at least one of my leagues, I drafted both Dak and Josh Allen with the idea that, hey, I know they're both going to be really good this year. I'm going to try and trade them. Unfortunately, the trade talks came and, it was very close to the time when he got injured. So that was bad luck. I did that with Kyler Murray and Drew Brees, but Drew Brees has just kind of been butt this year. So unfortunately, I had to drop him. And I actually, in my other one, I think I did Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers. And both of them have actually been playing really well. So I'm waiting for Rodgers to have a bounce back game before I try and trade him in my other league, or honestly Deshaun. I'm not really tied to any of those quarterbacks, and I think the options I have are all really good. So yeah, Gilbert. So what's going on in this game right now? I'm kind of still 0-0. Oh, you know what? It would be fun, a future idea if someone wants to keep a note of this. Maybe we will do a little sort of watch stream where we can just have the game up on the side, talk a little bit about it, and make predictions. That could be really fun. I will also have to look into that because I could have maybe the game streaming like up here or something. I don't know. I don't want to get sued by the NFL for the few dollars I'm worth, my very small bank account, but that could be really, really fun. I agree. Yeah, QBs are our stuff. Ooh, IDP. Yes. Yay. One day we get big, we'll expand out to the Middle East, and hey. Oh no, he deleted everything. What happened? IDP. Yeah, I'm curious. How is Khalil Mack treating you in IDP? I am assuming he's a beast. Yeah, QBs are so hard to trade. Honestly, it's just tough to trade in general for a lot of people. Mike, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, see you next Tuesday. If you see a notification for later this week, feel free to join. But if not, a new video will come out for waiver wires on Tuesday, and we'll do another start and sit 'em. And whatever time I have left in my life, I will try and do maybe some target trades and stuff like that too. But thank you so much for joining. That was really fun, and I'll see you soon. But yeah, like I was saying, honestly, it's just kind of hard to trade in general for people that you don't. I have one league where people trade almost every week. I have one league where people haven't traded in years, so it's tough. And once you make a trade, especially in those leagues, everyone likes to say, well, hey, someone's trying to rip this person off, this person's the league taco, or like there's some collusion going on. There's always going to be people that kind of push back, so that's tough. But looking at this right now, okay, Boston Scott's getting some carries. Okay, Jackson's being used too, okay, so early. Oh, for sure. I think honestly, QBs, and that's why you never draft him early, right? I drafted Mahomes early last year just to try and see how it is, and he didn't end up top 5. A lot of people went for Lamar this year. And Lamar, he's still doing well, but it's not worth drafting them so high versus, someone who's very close to them in their ranking or their scoring output. So I agree. And there's still a lot of quarterbacks I love. I talked a lot about Justin Herbert, I picked up Ryan Tannehill in the league where I lost Dak, and I was surprised. So I still feel like with Josh Allen and Ryan Tannehill, I'm going to try and trade one of those to try and maybe get a better wide receiver or running back. But yeah, exactly. Khalil's consistent when it comes to how. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming, man, and keep up with the questions. I love talking about those. So don't feel free to just continue commenting and asking whatever you need to do. If a new trade comes up, or if a new player gets dropped and you want to know whether or not you should pick him up, just send it away and let me know. But yeah, I guess that is interesting. I wonder like what the standard IDP league rules are, right? But I guess I would expect a linebacker or someone like that to probably be the most valuable. I kind of figure tackles and whatnot are probably going to be the most. Tackles and just the volume of whatever metrics is probably going to give you the most points. So I honestly wonder if like someone like a Darius Leonard on my Colts is someone who's really, really good in IDP. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with it. Oh, Eagles scored. Carson Wentz, of course. Carson Wentz also, I will say this for anyone who's still watching. I think people are really undervaluing him a lot because of just who the Eagles are in general. So if you have the option to buy him low or pick him up, he's not a bad play. I mean, let's look at his stats. Carson Wentz, and the other thing is he has Deshaun Jackson back now, but he's also going to be getting Alshon back. Goddard's coming back. I think he could sneakily be a top quarterback for the rest of the season. I mean, as of right now, he's top 10. And he's had, three games over 20 points. The first 2 games were pretty bad, but already 8 points, so that's not bad. Oh, for sure, yeah. And that's the thing is, I guess, I would always be interested in trying a IDP league, but it would be tough. Oh, for sure, Gilbert. And, there's weight. I mean, that team is just kind of a mess. It's just so crazy that, everyone in the NFC East right now can have the record that they have and still be like first place or within first place. So exactly, for sure, his schedule gets easy. He's not a bad player. He's gonna get the weapon. Like on paper, he shouldn't be getting any worse than he is, which isn't bad because he is a top 10 quarterback right now. So with all the weapons back, and hopefully if everyone stays healthy, Miles Sanders, Alshon Jeffrey, D-Jax, Fulgham, Goddard, that's a solid offensive set of weapons. So yeah, I kind of like him, but everywhere I feel like I watch, people are really, really low on Wentz for some reason. They just act like, the 30-point game that he didn't have. Those 20-plus point games that he didn't have. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but if you do have the option to do it, I would, he's a good maybe buy low candidate. I don't know if we want to call it that. But yeah, I don't mind him. I'm not a big fan of Eagles players in general, but I think over the last week or so, I've really changed my mind about that. Oh, and what is going on with Rieger? Actually, let's see. How's he been doing? Has he been playing pretty well? Oh, he's been injured, huh? Right? Okay, yeah, he had a thumb injury coming off of. Okay, so he was also eligible to come off of IR today. So I'm assuming, rookie first round pick. Okay, yeah, that's true. So they have a lot of options. Hey man, don't worry about it. We were talking about it. Go do your thing. We all have lives outside of fantasy football, but I'm glad you're able to come for just a little bit, and hopefully I will be able to help you. So, go do your thing and just come join the next one. We'll be hanging out. Yeah, he should be coming, and that's the thing, right? He's got so many weapons coming back that really, he shouldn't. Wherever he is right now on like fantasy spectrum, he shouldn't really be going any lower. He should just be going up. So. Yeah, I guess maybe I will put, if I do make a buy low candidate, video, maybe I'll just put him there. But that's all really good points. Okay, we'll see if we have any more questions. It's 5:35. Yeah, so again, I really appreciate everyone hanging out. That was fun. That was really, really fun, and I'm really thankful for. More than just my dog and my cat and my mod here hanging out. I don't have a set stream schedule yet, but I would like to do one before waivers, so we can talk a little bit about waivers, who to pick up, who to drop, really strategize around your team. I like to talk about start and sits. The one thing I'm gonna try and feel out is if it's better do it on the Thursday before the Thursday game, or Thursday before the game, or if the one game doesn't matter that much, and if it's maybe better to do it, say, on a Saturday night. My gut feeling is that, people are probably going to have the majority of their players playing on Sunday and Monday, or, even Tuesday. So I might try and do streams so that, I can try and help you out Saturday night right before, because, I know for myself, both waivers and setting lineups, I always do very last minute. So maybe that's the time to help most. But if I have the time and we have the audience, I would love to do it also before our before Thursday games. So keep an eye out for it. And also, like I mentioned, if you guys have anything you want to see, anything you want to see me do differently on my videos, please let me know. But yeah, I think I will be trying to push out all of my content and any updates through my channel. So really appreciate it. My goal isn't really to become big, to get 5 million subscribers or anything. I just want to be able to provide a different view and different sort of perspective on fantasy football. To me, I think before I started this, everything I read, everything I watched, it was the same thing, right? Start your studs, bench these guys who are bad and whatnot. But I feel like if you really want to be top of your league and a really good fantasy player, you got to find the little things that you want to take a risk on. For example, I think someone commented on my video today, and I told them, hey, I like Kyle Allen better than Drew Brees this week. So I don't know that a lot of people are going to say that, and I feel like I can do it. For sure. Yep. Exactly. And I think that's a good concept to always just work around. And I'll continue to think about what the best way to what the best method is to be able to push out content like that. So yeah, I'll keep on thinking about that. And again, just I don't want to be another fantasy dude talking, about what maybe the NFL Network would push out as stardoms and situms. I definitely, put a lot of my own thoughts and analysis into it, and it's not always going to be right. It's not always going to be wrong, but hopefully I hit on a few things that will help you all win your league. I guess, my only regret is that I started week 6, and I wish I would have started earlier. So with whatever time we have left, I'm going to try and make the most out of it. But yeah, just, keep on sticking with me. I think we're going to hopefully be able to grow a really solid community, and love that I saw a lot of new audience today, a lot of the old guys that came back. So oh yeah, listen, I give people what they want. Let's see. Oh, what's up? Hey, if you guys want it for my next stream, we don't have to see, you don't have to look at my face. Maybe I'll just do a little face cam to either one of my pets, and you guys can hear my voice in the background. So I guess let me know it, and maybe we'll do that. But hey, thank you everybody. I think we're going to end the stream. We're just hitting the 1 hour mark. Again, I appreciate everyone coming in, and thank you, Gilbert. I try to do my best. I really love fantasy football, so definitely feel free to call me out if you disagree with anything or if I'm saying anything completely wrong. But I will, always do my research and pull up anything I need when I'm talking about things. So yeah, thanks everybody. And yeah, I'm excited for future streams and things that we might do. So good luck this week. Hopefully all my advice helps.